of Toastmasters. And for that you have to stand at your place. Please stand up. Just raise your hand, yes, and recite the statement with me. We provide a positive and supportive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Thank you. Today we are celebrating our 393rd meeting. So just 7 more meetings to go. We are going to have our milestone meeting, 500 meeting. In every meeting, we give some ground rules to avoid any kind of disturbance, to refrain any kind of disturbance. First of all, please keep your mobiles are silent or switch off mode. I'll give you a second for that. Just check. Okay. Now avoid talking sex, religion, and politics in your speeches. And if somebody need to come outside or inside, so do while transition of the speech only. Now I am going to invite the presiding officer of the day, president of the club, the dedicated and one of the most important leader. He always ready to help to anybody. He is none other than our Toastmaster Ashish Lal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Siddharth, for making us recite the mission statement of the Toastmaster and setting the ground rule for the meeting. So, good morning, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests.
Good morning.
So, it's my pleasure to welcome you all to 493rd meeting of Millennium City Toastmasters Club. So, as rightly mentioned by the Sergeant at Arms, that we are just 7 more meetings away, or 6 more meetings away, to celebrate our milestone meeting, which is 500 meeting at MCDC. So, we want to start the day with fun.
Yes.
Louder, with fun.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll make you exercise a little physically or mentally, right? So I think you'll be ready for that. So a little game, a small game I will play. So the rule is that when I say hands up, you have to keep your hands up. When I say down, means keep your hand down. Right? So let's start. Hands up, hands down, hands up and down. Now just flipping the rule. So when I say down, you have to keep your hand, take your hand up, and when I say down, when I say up, it has to be down. When it's down, it's up. So let's start. Up, down, down, up, down, up, down. Okay. Another rule number 2. Moving to shifting to second part of the game, which is when I say name, tell your name. Say your name. When I say clap, clap. Name. Clap. Name. Clap. Now flipping the rule. When I say clap, you have to name yourself. When I say name, you have to clap. Name. Clap. Name. Clap. Clap. Okay, carry on. Name. Clap. Okay, so we'll do part 1 and part 2 together. Okay. Down. Name. Name. Down. I think that's Thank you everyone. So moving forward, as you all are aware that we had our area level, division G level contest on Saturday, and Toastmaster Banu and Toastmaster Akansha, they have won the contest. First runner up, right?
Yes.
And Aparna is second.
Second.
Okay. So can we have a big round of applause? Okay. Another announcement I would like to make is that since you all are aware that 31st of March we are ending our renewal process. So whosoever has not done the renewal, I urge him or her to do it ASAP. I see a couple of guests here today in the meeting. Good to see a lot of new faces here. So would like to go to them and would like to ask them, please introduce yourself to the club and just tell us what's your expectation coming to for this meeting. So I'd like to start from yes sir.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Varun. Thank you for having me here. And I am originally from Uttar Pradesh, Meerut, and now based out of Gurgaon. And I work with a leading automobile company in Gurgaon, and look forward to be with you, part of this group. And my expectation initially has been expressed by Toastmaster that this remains, public speaking remains the most important skill, and of course I want to improve it, and that will help me grow in my professional and personal life.
Thank you. Yes ma'am.
Hi, I'm not related. What is your name? My expectations coming here is to do something new and also support my husband who's here. It was his plan, but I just tagged along that maybe I might get to learn something new. And I'm a housewife, and I took a sabbatical some 7 years back. It's never ending now. So I'm looking for some new avenues to grow in life. So this is my endeavor in that step.
Great to have you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Deepak, and my objective or what I have to accomplish from Toastmaster is to get rid of my stage fear and want to improve on my public speaking. I work for a company where I require to be on stage or on podiums, and I really keen to get over that fear so I can do well in my professional life. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir, you came a little late, but would not leave you, right? So just introduce yourself to the club. I think it's too early to say something. Make the room shorter.
Sorry, I'm Sanket. I just further from I came from the location, but I took me somewhere else.
Yeah.
Sorry. My name is Sanket. I live in Sector 46, nearby to this place. I am a corporate lawyer. I work with the Ministry of Commerce. I somehow got to know about this club, which is in my close proximity of my home. So I thought that I would just see and enjoy it.
Great. Thank you. So well, today's meeting is comprising of the speeches and table topics and evaluation. That's the same structure that we have in every meeting. And the meeting is conducted by the master of the ceremony, which is called Toastmaster of the Day. And to run this session, today's session, we have someone who has joined us recently, and he's a very dedicated member since he has joined. And because of his dedication, last month he was declared Toastmaster of the Month. He's a very
today we are having a very interesting topic, which is public speaking. And along with that, I'll be trying some interesting experiment myself. So, are you excited?
Yes.
I don't think so. Are you excited?
Yes.
Are you excited?
Yes.
I think I started some people here. But anyways, so by being a good public speaker, you can influence, inspire, and motivate people. Now, this is something which is very unique about public speaking, because just a simple communication is between 2-3 people, but public speaking is speaking in front of 100-200 people or maybe millions of people. Now, I will try to make this session a fun and interactive session. And for the benefit of the guests, as Ashish already explained, that we'll be having prepared speeches first, and before that the joke master session as well. And after the prepared speeches, which will be for 5 to 7 minutes each, we will be having the evaluation session, in which the dedicated Toastmaster will be coming on the stage and giving their evaluation report. And the general evaluator will be coming to deliver the end-to-end evaluation of the whole meeting. Ashish? So today's joke master of the day is Toastmaster Anurag, who is a very recent joining. In February 23, he joined this last month. So he's working as a marketing professional. He has done BTech. His hobbies are reading books, music, and going on walk. So I would like to request Toastmaster Anurag to join us on stage. Please help me welcome Toastmaster.
Today you have to visualize a conversation between two workers working in a factory, and so their boss wanted them to work overtime, and as you already know, as you all are aware about, nobody are interested in overtime. So they are talking about also they are not getting paid for it, so you have to visualize their conversation. So there is a person Ram and there is so they are talking to each other. So Ram, so how we can make it? How we can take a day? Do you have any idea? Sam, no, I don't know. Do you have something? How could we take a day today? How we can convince our boss? So Ram, wait and see. Let me do something. So he hangs upside down to the ceiling, and then boss arrives. Boss, what are you doing, Sam? Sir, I'm a light bulb. I think you've gone crazy because of hard work. What you are doing from morning. I think you need to take a day off. You take a rest, and you can come in tomorrow morning, right? And he was going. So the Sam is looking at him, and he also started following him. So boss said, "Where are you going now?" And he said, "Sir, I don't see anything because of dark." So this is all from my side, and I think from this joke, I personally realized like how important Archana Puran Singh is in a room for a joke master like me. Thanks everyone.
So a great joke by Toastmaster Anurag. Now I would like to welcome our general evaluator for today, Toastmaster Sonu. So she's working as a senior manager at Schneider Electric. So Toastmaster Sonu.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ankit. I am general evaluator for today's meeting, and my role is to evaluate the meeting as a
singular work with plural subject. 1 in 5 children wear glasses should be 1 in 5 children wear glasses. And word of the day is eloquent. Its meaning that able to use language and express your opinion well. Synonyms are articulate, fluent. I would request everyone please use the word of the day to enhance your vocabulary and to become a public speaker. Thank you so much.
As a rule, whenever someone is using the word eloquent, we have to just show thumbs up. So second role player with me today is our counselor, and I would request Toastmaster Rahul to come forward and explain his role.
A very good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Rahul, and today I'm playing the role of an accountant. As an accountant, I'll be taking notes of all the filler words and sounds that a speaker might use. These filler words can be like, so, you know, and any repetitive words. At the end of the meeting, when called upon by general evaluator, I'll present my report. So let us avoid using the filler words and the sounds. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rahul. Third role player is timer, and the role is being played by Toastmaster Riya. I would request Toastmaster Riya to come forward and explain her role. Over to you, Toastmaster Riya.
Good morning, Toastmasters and guests. I am playing the role of timer today. So, as a timer, I will monitor and record timings for each meeting segment and of each speaker. For prepared speeches, green card will be shown at 5 minutes, yellow card at 6 minutes, and red card at 7 minutes. And the speaker shall have 30 seconds to close. For table topics, green card will be shown at 1 minute, yellow at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red at 2 minutes. For the evaluation section, green card will be shown at 2 minutes, yellow card at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and red card at 3 minutes. And again, the speaker shall have 30 seconds to close. In addition, I shall signal the president, table topic master, general evaluator with the red card when they have reached their allotted time. At the end of the meeting, I will present my report when called upon by the general evaluator.
With this, I hand over the stage to Toastmaster of the day.
So like I already said that public speaking, nobody is born as a good public speaker. All of us are trained to be the one. Now, in order to be a good public speaker, there are few tips and techniques that we can use to deliver well. The first thing which we can do is physical preparation. Now, what does an athlete do before going to a performance? He warms up, right? He goes for small sprints to warm up his leg, his body. And similarly, as a public speaker, we have to warm up ourselves, warm up our throat, our lips, our tongues, everything. So all of you please stand up. Raise your hands and do this. Once again. It's like you are very tired of all day long work and you are doing this. Right? The second one is very funny. It's this. You are not doing it right. So it's something we used to do as kids, right? So once again. I'm observing who is not doing it. You should not fail this because this is very important. Whenever you are going for a public speaking, you should really warm up well, because you will observe that when you are doing this exercise or after doing this exercise, your voice tonality will be richer. I can can guarantee you that instantly, right? Now once again. Now the third exercise, which is you have to apply the pressure in your throat so the whole muscles get warmed up, right? So once again, you want to say something but you cannot say it, right? So try this again. Yeah, so wonderful. So I guess all of you are physically prepared at least. Now the mental preparation. The mental preparation is very important. At Toastmasters we see that speakers come on stage, they deliver their speech, and the listeners are very cordial. They listen well, they agree to what the speaker is saying, some of them even smile in between. This boosts the confidence of speaker, and if even they are forgetting something, they remember it, okay, this is what I have to say. This is something magical about our very cordial audience, but this is not always the case. That's where the mental preparation comes in place. Now, by mental preparation, I mean no matter what, whether the listeners are neutral, they are agreeing to what you are saying, they are disagreeing to what you are saying, you are going to deliver what you have prepared, no matter what. I'll give you a very interesting story. So I was in my university and there was this soft skill course. In the soft skill course, a person has to speak for 15 minutes and there will be 2 classes combined, so the speaker has to deliver in front of those 100 people and the marks will be provided accordingly. Now my turn came. Only problem was that till that time I have never given even a small speech, let alone the public speaking. Now I did not want it to fail, so I prepared for almost a week completely. And when the D-Day came, I went on the stage. I started well, but a guy who was sitting at the end was looking at me like as if he was not blinking at all. He was just like having a dead focus on me, and I was like, okay, fine, that's not a problem. But when I was just in the middle of my speech, he started doing this. And making such weird gestures. I don't know why he was doing that. He did this. And I thought, how can someone even do that? Maybe he was disagreeing with something what I was saying, because it was a controversial topic. It was related to the economy and taxpayers. So he was disagreeing on something, but I thought that's not the right way to express his feelings during the speech. But anyways, it took a mental toll on me. I could not focus well on my speech. I fumbled in between. I forgot a few lines. I forgot a very important point. And when the speech ended, we had a long debate during the Q&A session. But I was cussing him at the back of my mind. I was thinking what a bad listener he is. But the truth is, there is no bad listener. Different listeners have different way of expressing their viewpoints. You cannot expect someone to behave in a certain way, right? They can do whatever they want to do. You as a public speaker have a responsibility to deliver well. No one else sitting in the audience has any responsibility. That's why I have written perceivably bad audience, not the bad audience. Right? Now the second point is great homework and research. I remember that during one of our meetings, me and my colleague were having with a stakeholder, and he was not agreeing at all he was very confident on his research. And it turned out they were just stress testing us. They wanted to know how convinced we are on what we are saying. So that's why it is very important to do a good research and believe in that research and deliver it well. And no matter who the audience is, you have to deliver well. Now that is enough, I think, for the prepared speech. You have to physically prepare well, and you have to be mentally ready to deliver it as you prepared without any kind of deviation from that. So that's, and if you do both of these things well, you can deliver a wonderful prepared speech. I can guarantee you that. Now coming to the impromptu speaking. How many of you go blank when someone calls you on the stage to speak on the spot? So I often go blank. Now this is not something that someone is born with as a good impromptu speaker. Everyone has to learn to be a good impromptu speaker. So we have a very well established method for it. I didn't do it. When I was doing research, then I got to know that there is a well established method for it, which is prep method. In prep method, you have to give a point of view, your own point of view, and then give a reason on why you believe so, and then an example that why you think that's the right reason, and then finally a point to conclude the whole thing. Now that's a lot of theory, right? But what happens is that you come on stage and you forget कि यार क्या बोलूं, कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा, कुछ तो बोलूं. That happens with all of us. So I have a simple tip. The simple tip is when you are given a topic, just connect it to a very simple thing. For instance, if I'm given a topic, love, and I have to speak about it in a formal setting, then I can think of my parents' selfless love, how they selflessly love me. I can give some examples, like my father gifted me a bike even when he financially couldn't. It's something that every one of us can relate to. And finally, I can conclude that I would be grateful even if I do half of what they have done for me. So that's pretty simple, right? You have to just connect with simple thing, give an example and conclude. Right? It's pretty easy. Now, anyone wants to give me a table topic, I will try to break it down. Yeah, Vivekan. No, you can sit there. You just have to give me the topic. I will just break it down because otherwise it will be too long, I guess.
So your topic is
that's even more difficult, I think.
okay, then I'll give you easy topic. Pizza is a square.
Pizza is a square.
So
never heard that, but anyways, I'll try. So pizza is a square. So something simple I would like to connect it with is pizza. I really like eating pizza. There are a lot of other fast food, but pizza is my favorite. I can give an example. For instance, during a party, the people order different fast food. I cannot, just because I'm allergic to them, I will not try at all. But one of my friends ordered something, a great pizza. I ended up having it, but it didn't turn out well the next morning. So I can conclude that you may like something really well, but if it is not good for you, you should avoid it. It can be other kind of things, drugs, or maybe this. So I went too much into explanation. I should have given just the pointers. But this is something I think you got the point, that you have to connect it with something simple. Give a simple example and just conclude. So I think we had it in action. Then in practice, we can practice it, our public speaking. How we can practice our public speaking? I think only I am talking, no one is saying anything. How we can practice our public speaking skills?
We can practice in front of your family before going for the big speech.
That didn't occur to me because if you are having a very cordial family, then definitely
In front of your kids.
in front of your kids. But if someone is not having kids,
Your legs.
something that anyone can do. In front of mirror.
You can record.
Yeah, record yourself. So
While taking showers.
Not recording.
yeah, you don't even have to ask. So mirror is if you are speaking in mirror, you can have at least one friend who think you are good. So mirror is the first thing. Then, as every one of you shared, that recording ourselves. So how can we record ourselves? We can turn on the webcam of our laptop. We can record every day for 3 to 5 minutes. And if you do it for a week, I can guarantee you that you will improve. I have tried it and it works. So webcam is the second thing. And the third thing is do it very often. Because I remember that during the lockdown, I have to speak in a Zoom meeting, but I have not given any kind of speech for a very long time. So what happened is that even to speak in a Zoom meeting, my heart started pounding, and it happens, when you know how it happens. So the thing is, if you are not doing it very often, then you will definitely not be able to do as well as you used to do it. It's not something that you do once and you become great at it. Because some of the people, I was surprised to see, in fact, some of the Toastmasters are coming here for, I think, 3, 5, 6 years, more than that even. I was very surprised, like, yaar, 1 saal to aa gaye, ab kya aana? But that's not the thing, means you have to do it consistently, over and over. So, and I would like to conclude with a story. There was a pottery class in, do I have time? There was a class in USA, so a pottery class. The teacher divided the whole class into 2 groups. To the first group, she said that you will be evaluated just on the sheer amount of pots you will make, sheer weight of the pots you will make. And after that, she turned around to the second group and she said that you will be evaluated just on the perfect pot that you will make. Now from the first day itself, the first group started going at it. They were making 5 to 7 pots every day, failing, trying, doing things, sweating, being in clay all day long. And they were trying to figure out how to make a better pot, means more efficiently, how we can make more good pots every single day. While the other group, the second group, was attending seminars, doing different kind of thinking process, workshops on how to make a perfect pot. And they started just 3 days before the evaluation day. Now you can guess what happened. So the thing is that stop thinking that I will give a best icebreaker speech, I will give a best TMOD session. Just go and deliver it. This is my first TMOD speech and I think I have not done something extraordinary, but I would say I took the chance to come at stage and deliver it. So I encourage every one of you to just, whatever your state is, just go ahead and be a good public speaker. You will congratulate yourself. So I would like to conclude with it, and now we'll be moving to the prepared speech session. So first speaker that we are having is Toastmaster Gaurav, and he joined us. So we joined together. He joined in January 2023. Sorry, my galactic. So he did an MBA, and his hobbies are walking, meditation, listening to music, following stock markets. His pathway is presentation mastery, and his evaluator is TM Ankit. So Toastmaster Harjinder, please introduce Toastmaster Gaurav.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Today, Gaurav is delivering his third speech from level 1, and his path is presentation mastery. And his speech objective are to use vocal variety and body language to enhance his speech. So, best of luck, Gaurav.
The power of compounding, Toastmaster Gaurav, the power of compounding.
A is equal to P, 1 plus R upon 100 to the power n. Can somebody tell me? Any guesses? What is that?
Interest rate.
Very close. Namaste Toastmasters and fellow guests. Today I will be talking about the power of compounding and how it shapes every sphere of our life. By far, in my opinion, that was the most important formula which we all were taught in our elementary school. If we go back to the human history, we often talk about the big inventions like the wheel or fire. But there are small yet equal important events which shape these things and which go unnoticed. I mean, someone had to come up with this bright idea of rubbing two rocks together to create fire. And can you imagine the first time the person explaining it to his friend? Let me just show that. Hey guys, check this out. I rub two rocks together and I have fire. To which the friends might reply, okay, Bolu, calm down. You need to take some rest. You're not feeling okay. But our good friend Bolu was on to something. His small action of creating fire would compound over time to create history in our human civilization. Today, with the help of fire, we are launching rockets into space. From a tool of cooking, fire is helping us to explore the universe today. That's how far we have come. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the power of compounding for you. Let me tell you another example of our good friend Gulu, where he accidentally left some grapes. I'm again trying to narrate the story. Hey guys, you won't believe what happened. I left some grapes, they turned sour. And when I tasted them, they turned me funny. I felt overwhelming at that time. What? That sounds gross, Bolu. No, you have to try it, guys. Please try it. They tried the grapes and they were also surprised how good it tasted at 8 p.m. And you know, when I say 8 p.m. and with the things which make you feel funny. And today, friends, the global alcoholic beverage market is 1.6 trillion US dollar. And for the benefit of all and to put things in right perspective, it is equivalent to cumulative bottom GDP of 100 countries. So I mean, if there are 200 countries, the bottom cumulative GDP of the countries are $1.6 trillion. So from sour grapes to $1 trillion market, that's again the power of compounding, my friends. And like the today's topic, very much which TM Ankit has given about public speaking and how that is compounding for him. He is just trying to take that. And taking my own example, 3 months back, the sheer thought of coming here, speaking in front of you all, would fill me with dread. I would feel nervous and anxious standing here in front of such a large audience. But I wanted to take some action. like their guest today, our good friend, he wants to overcome his stage fright. Similar to that, I wanted to overcome my stage fright 3 months back. And today, standing in front of you all, talking eloquently and taking whatever it takes. So I thought, let me take the action. So at first, I took Toastmasters sessions every week. I came to this room every week just to see what things are happening. I started to take short speeches, like a table topic which Vivekanand has given to Ankit today, where we always take very short speeches, very little preparation is required. But as my confidence grew and I became more comfortable with this stage, I started to taking more longer challenging roles. Like I did last week, I took a role of an evaluator. And just 3 months down the line, I'm standing in front of you all, rubbing rocks and narrating stories. It reminds me of a beautiful poetry. कुछ नए रास्ते चलो, कुछ नए मकाम बनाओ, दौर एक ऐसा है कि मेहनत से ख्वाब सजाओ. Which means walk on new path, achieve your destination. This era is such that with hard work you can create your own dreams. So what is stopping you guys? Start compounding, invest a little money, or practice a skill, or even brush your teeth. Whoever does not do that. But start taking those small little actions which will compound over time to create history in our human civilization. And who knows, someday we will be launching rockets into space with the help of electricity, not fire, and creating some new substance at 8 p.m. to keep ourselves feel funny. And I would like to end my speech today with a beautiful quote from the great philosopher Lao Tzu. A journey of 1,000 miles begin with a single step. So let's take that first step and let the power of compounding do its magic. Thank you.
So what a great speech. Now evaluation time. 1 minute of silence will be done for it. Time's up, guys. My feedback is that he's already rubbing rocks. So 3 months from now, he'll be doing something more advanced, I guess. So, Ashish. So our next speaker is Toastmaster Anant, and he's Toastmaster since November 22. Am I right? So he's a CA and he's owner at Ease My Process. His hobbies are cycling and yoga. Now, I would like to request Toastmaster Abhishek, where are you? Yeah, to introduce him.
So, Anand is delivering the third speech today, second speech today, and the speech that is different management style, and the project and the purpose regarding this speech. Regarding this today's speech is to enhance his vocational voices and the body language. With best wishes to Anand for the today's speech.
So, Toastmaster Anant.
Different management style.
Different management style, Toastmaster Anant, different management style.
I observe there are two kinds of managers. First kind of manager, like poor communication, will micromanage you with more focus how much time you spend in office rather than the quality and the timeliness of a delivery. I've seen organizations where they put up a software in employees' laptop to track how much time they are spending in an office. I've seen managers who track the Skype status of their employee. And it's like disgusting. Second type of manager which I found, they have a clear communication, they encourage employees to take ownership to So second type of manager, they clear communication, they encourage employee to take ownership and and obviously, like in second one, what do you think? Like, which management style would have a better job satisfaction score? Obviously, the second management style. I share my story with you, like how these management styles have changed my perspective. I was in Deloitte in 2018. I got an offer from US hedge fund. It was a great opportunity, great pay, great work visits. It was an opportunity to move to US or Luxembourg, and it was a core finance job. But there's a twist to the story. After 6 months, after 6 months, I was not willing to go to the office. There was a 5 kg of weight loss to me, and I didn't have breakfast for 1 month. The job pressure was not coping up with me. And it feels terrible, like when you're a staff of someone in a previous organization, but during the current organization, your manager keeps budging you for a tiniest of an issue, as if like there are some criminal charges against me. And it was not like that I was having some personal issues or some problems or anything. I had a great education, great family, and perfect life. Did not could imagine for. One day I decided that okay, I'll not do this job. I'll quit this job. I'll go my hometown and do whatever I can. I'll do anything but not this job. I had a long discussion with my director, and he somehow convinced me that okay, at least stay for the next 6 months and take out bonus, complete one busy season, then we can see. After some time, I was aligned to a different manager. He was different. He was a different grade of manager. Being too native to US, he was eloquent. And he has clear communication. He encouraged employees to take ownership, to take staff, and the most importantly, he was approachable. I knocked off multiple complex assignments with him. I worked with him for next 3.5 years. And then after I started getting my confidence back, I got my promotion, and everything went smoothly. I worked with the organization for 4 years before becoming honor to my mom. But in the last year, when I was a notice period, as a part of my job, I was a mentor to many new hires. And I found that the problem which I was facing in my first year of my job, and they were facing the similar problems. I tried to help them whatever I could do. But sometimes the culture should flow from top to bottom. And in the end, like I learned few things which I not which I applies to any of my client engagement, to resource management and satisfaction. That first, like learn to say no as soon as possible. Set realistic timelines, expectations. Have a clear communication skills. Encourage your staff to take ownership, be responsible. And this is what I learned during my corporate journey, and I hope you get some different perspective.
So evaluation time, 1 minute of silence. Time's up. Moving to our next speaker, Toastmaster Kritika. So she joined us in December 2022. She's a CA and working at PwC India. Her hobbies are reading, running, and content writing. I would request Toastmaster Dipanshu to introduce Toastmaster Kritika.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning. Toastmaster Kritika is giving a level 1 setting speech after the icebreaker. The purpose of this project is to learn or review basic habits for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. So the purpose of the second speech is usually to incorporate the feedback received from the first speech. So that's from my side. Over to you.
So Toastmaster Kritika, life is uphill. Toastmaster Kritika, life is uphill.
At what age, my dear friends, are you planning to retire?
65. 11.
Don't want to die.
Sorry?
Don't want to die.
Retire.
Delighted.
Early.
So well, at very early age of our life, we are taught to work hard for a few years to get settled in our life. When we are in class 9, we are taught to get good grades in 10 to turn our life into a remarkable success. And then in 12, we are taught to get some good grades again to get into reputed colleges. When we start earning a decent amount, we are taught to plan our investments such that we are safe and settled after our retirement. But my dear friends, let me introduce you to a prodigy who is at the age of 85 in his life and is the definition of success for many Indians and people across the world. The one and only Mr. Ratan Naval Tata. His life reflects that life is an uphill where settling down is not an option. Even when he resigned at the age of 75 from the executive powers of Tata Group, he still continues to work for Tata Trusts in their philanthropic activities at a huge level. This in turn shows that life is a journey where settling down may stop you from living life. Rather, life is an uphill where every morning when you wake up and start walking down the lane, you find that the journey and the road of life is a bit steep and you have to put efforts to walk down. The definition of the steep road is different for every phase of life. For my few months old niece and nephew, the taking first few steps is climbing that steep hill. For me, when I was in class 2 and was caught forging my father's signature in my mathematics test paper where I got 0, I had to climb a steep hill to get better grades in mathematics. For a college student, it is to get those good grades alongside maintaining extracurriculars during college. maintain that balance in this imbalanced work life. And for an entrepreneur, it is to get those good numbers and thrive every day for maintaining and getting those good feedbacks in what they are doing. What is significant, my dear friends, is to never stop at any of these phases of life with any small successes. Rather, try and thrive for something more at every level. Even at the age of retirement, there should be a zeal to get something more or do something more. Happiness in life, my dear friends, does not come from a few successes. Rather, happiness comes when we try our hands on something new every time, because happiness is not something that accumulates and settles with you when you settle down in life. So, my dear friends, I would like to conclude by saying that never settle, because life is an uphill, where if you settle, that would not stop you from dying, but that might stop you from living life. Thank you so much.
So 1 minute of silence for feedback. So time's up. Next session is table topic session, and in table topic session you have to come on the stage. The table topic master will be giving you a topic and you have to speak on it for 1.5 to 2 minutes. A 30-second of grace time will be provided for it. So today's table topic master is TM Munawwar. So please help me welcome Toastmaster.
Okay, so Ankit has made my job very easy. He has motivated you a lot to take a step in your public speaking journey. So, good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Good morning. Good morning. So we have heard fantastic speeches, but in real life, do we really have the luxury to give a prepared speech? I don't think so. Let's say you are in a meeting and your boss is asking you to give your opinion on some topic. How do you feel? Uncomfortable, isn't it? Yes. For some people, they might not feel uncomfortable, but yeah, those who are beginning in their public speaking journey will definitely feel uncomfortable. And how many of you watch Shark Tank India? Please raise your hand. Okay. let's say you own a business and you have been chasing a potential investor from a very, very long time. But you happen to meet the investor in a crowded street of Old Delhi. And he's asking you to give a pitch in just 2 minutes. Now, I want to know how many of you would leave the opportunity? How many of you will not utilize this opportunity? Is there anyone? No. That means everyone would be happy to attempt a table topic. I can relate to it. Okay. So basically, the ability to speak eloquently and concisely without any prior preparation is a very vital skill, and it can be developed with practice, rigorous, consistent practice. Okay, so at Toastmasters, we help each other becoming a better impromptu speaker by just providing them friendly environment and very safe environment. So with this, I wanted to invite the timer, but I think she has already given the timing guidelines. I would request her to take a sip of water. she gave the timing guidelines in one breath. Yeah. So basically, for those who don't know, if you speak less than 1 minute or more than 2 minutes and 30 seconds, you get disqualified. And anything in between is okay. It's good. So let's start with members. I have created 3 categories of table topic. The first one is 3-point story, wherein I'll give you 3 words and you have to weave a story, paint a picture around these 3 words. These 3 words might not be related, so the mastery lies in connecting the dots. That is category 1. Second category, Toastmaster Ashish has already made my job easier, is flipping ideas. I will give you 2 contrasting ideas. You'll have to speak on one idea in favor of one idea, but all of a sudden I'll say flip, and the moment I say flip, you have to speak against that idea that you were speaking for. Okay? So here, the mastery lies in smooth transition. And the third category is quite simple. It is quotes. So those who are very new to the club or those who have just begun their public speaking journey will attempt this. And because life is so uncertain, you don't get to decide the category. Even I won't decide the category. I'll say 1 and you have to say yes, 2, yes, 3, yes. So whichever number gets the louder voice, he has to attempt that category. Okay? So let's begin with members. Who would like to volunteer? Yeah, please. What's your name?
Vivek.
Vivek. One.
Yes! Yes!
2.
No.
3.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think it was 2, which I perceive to be the loudest.
Okay.
So
Vivek.
Vivek. Okay. Yeah. So Vivek, dogs versus cats. Dogs versus cats. Vivek.
Everyone might have experienced their pets. If not their pets, maybe neighbor's pet. I like pets. And dog is one which is always, they are faithful. They play with you. Even you can take them on walk. So in all the pets in the universe, I would love to have dog. out true for my kids. They like cats. They want to play. They fear from the dog, but they are very affectionate about their cats. So in my family, we have both dogs and cats.
Flip.
But again, very important thing, when I come from office, I have to give time to my preferred pet, but also I have to take care of my kids' pet. So generally, first preference I'll give to my pet, my dog, and definitely I look forward to have some time in the evening for a walk around society.
Who would like to go next? What's your name, ma'am? What's your name? Manju. So, again, 3 categories. 1.
Yes.
2.
Yes.
3.
Yes.
Again 2. Okay, so Manju, homemade versus street food. Homemade versus street food, Manju.
Being a housewife for a long time and taking care of my kids, I prefer homemade food for them. So usually I cook for them and they enjoy a lot. Like whenever I ask them to which food they like, they went separated from home. They came home and asked and often request me to cook something they like. So I usually cook for them.
Flip.
And of course sometimes because they are kids, they are like something street food.
Yeah.
And they requested me, Mom, can I go out for something excited food like pizza and something street food which may be good for us and tasty for us. Of course that would be not good for us, but it would be tasty. Because everyone, like kids always have fun with their and when they come to home, I suggest them, maybe you came after a long time at home, so let's have something good food and homemade food that is good for health and it will also good for your fun. But they again insisted me and says that no, Mom, please have some street food. We came after a long time and it's good if we go out for street food. This is
Okay, so this time when I say 1, 2, 3, you have to say the name of the speaker louder. Okay? Not yes. So, who would like to go next?
Ashish.
Ashish. Ashish. Okay, come. Next. So, 3 categories I am pointing out. First,
Ashish.
Second, third, okay. So, for Toastmaster Ashish, people have chosen the first category, which is 3 story. I will tell you 3 words. You have to weave a story, paint a picture around these 3 words. Okay. So, car, Kapil Sharma, Haridwar. Car, Kapil Sharma, Haridwar. Ashish.
It so happened that I was planning to go to Haridwar. And my wife told me, let's go by train. I told her that let's use car. We are 4 people, so we'll enjoy during our travel. We'll stay somewhere in the middle, have something outside. So we decided, and I took my car and went for Haridwar. And I started traveling on Sunday morning. I thought that I'll be reaching in 4-5 hours, but we stayed somewhere at a place, and we liked that place so much that we stayed there longer. We thought that we'll be staying tonight here, and next day we'll be going to Haridwar. But it so happened that the place was not safe at night, and we got a little late, and we stayed there for some time and started traveling to Haridwar. And suddenly it came to my mind that I thought that I will be missing Kapil Sharma because I am fond of watching this show. I thought that I will be reaching to Haridwar, or if I am staying here in the middle, I will be getting time to watch Kapil Sharma. But when I started traveling for Haridwar, I thought that I will be missing my show. I thought that I will be watching it in my mobile, but I was unlucky because internet was not there, and I missed to watch my favorite show. So that's it.
Okay, so we have had yes, 3 Toastmasters. Can we have some guests now who would like to? Oh, nice, really nice. Thank you for confusing me. So, let's have you on the stage. What's your name? Okay. Are you Toastmaster or totally guest?
I am a guest.
Oh,
Divanshu, I came with Divanshu.
Alright, that means I'll give you category 1 or 2. Okay. Do you watch football?
I do.
Nice. So, will that be okay if I give him category 2? Or do you want to select something?
Okay.
Alright, alright. So, nice. Okay, Prabha, Ronaldo versus Messi.
Okay.
Ronaldo versus Messi, Prabha.
Category 2, right?
Yeah. Keep it.
So, yeah. First, hi everyone. So glad to be here. And first, I'll start with why Ronaldo is a better footballer in my opinion than Messi. So I feel their playing styles are very different. So we can't always compare them, but in some categories we can compare. For example, Ronaldo is someone who can fit in with any team, in my opinion. Whereas Messi is someone who has to adapt. The team has to adapt around him with his dribbling style and his left-footedness and his way of seeing things. Whereas Ronaldo, but at the same time, being with one team and consistently being great at it is something which can prove really well. For example, the recent example of winning the World Cup. So you have one team, you stick with it, and you adapt the playing style in such a way that you take the team from those stage to winning the tournament. And also at the same time, if you work on your strengths, you can be exceptional. Whereas if you focus on all areas, that is also great because because it helps you to conquer your weaknesses and improve your confidence. And we all know how Ronaldo is such a public figure, and the confidence level which he portrays in his ability to catch the audience, I think it's much greater than Messi. So I think both of the players are nice, and Ronaldo is someone who has proved himself at all categories. At the same time, Messi, he's my favorite footballer because he's more skillful than Ronaldo, I feel, in terms of his dribbling, and that is some part of football which I really like. And he scores goals, he makes assists, he makes the play. So he's a very, very well-rounded player in terms of attacking. And
Regardless of who your favorite footballer is, Ronaldo is the greatest of all time. Okay, any more guests who would like to go next? Okay. So ma'am, you come on stage, please. Yeah. Have you been Okay, what's your name, ma'am? Manisha. Alright. So,
you can ask the audience.
Yeah, I'm asking the audience. She has been a Toastmaster. She is already a Toastmaster.
Category 1.
Okay, category 1?
Yes.
Alright. So, ma'am, I'll tell you 3 words. You have to, make a story around these 3 words. So, Goa, Shah Rukh Khan, Key. Goa, Shah Rukh Khan, Key. Yeah.
We went on a trip to Goa last December, and lo and behold, I saw Shah Rukh Khan there. Wow. Oh, Shah Rukh, you are my favorite.
three. You have to tell her name. 1.
Gita. Gita.
Okay, so third one was the loudest. And third category is a quote. So, power is power, knowledge is not. Power is power, knowledge is not. Gita.
Power is power and knowledge is not.
Yes.
So I am a believer that power is power, but knowledge is not power somehow. Because I am also a fan of Spider-Man, and he says, with great power comes great responsibility. So when you have a power, when you have power of doing something good, we must utilize it, and we must do some good in the world. I don't know, I'm kind of stuck right now. Knowledge is not power, is that what I'm saying? Even I don't believe in it. Knowledge is power. Power is power. So it's like I'm a wrestler. And I believe that power is power, and I have the power when I can beat somebody. And knowledge is not power, because obviously knowledge is not power. How can knowledge be power? Okay, I'm kind of stuck. I'm so sorry. I was so eager to come on the stage, and I'm kind of messed up.
Okay, so we don't have any more time for any next table talk, right? With this, I would like to hand over the stage to our Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
So what a interactive and fun session by Toastmaster Munawwar. I've never seen such an interactive session in this club. So give us a round of applause. And I wonder from which angle I look like Shah Rukh Khan. Some people have called me vintage, but
You can have that good feeling in
So, coming to the evaluation session, I would like to request the evaluator Toastmaster Harjinder, first of all, to evaluate Toastmaster G. Okay, sorry, I am new to this thing. So, generally, please welcome Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Ankit. My first evaluator is Toastmaster Harjinder. He is evaluating the speech given by Toastmaster Gaurav. So help me welcome Toastmaster Harjinder to the stage. All of this, Toastmaster Harjinder, over to you.
Thank you. So good afternoon, friends. And thanks Gaurav for encouraging us, for rubbing the stones by coming over here every week. Thank you. So Gaurav articulated his speech very well on the topic compounding effect. So he has narrated 3 stories. So could anyone tell Nathan which story which you like most? 3 stories.
Fire and grapes. Fire first. Grapes.
Yes, grapes, the people who enjoy weekend or evenings. And the third one, the most interesting one, anyone remembers? So in the third, basically he told that how he is compounding himself by coming at MCDC and for his self-improvement. So the story, if you see, he narrated the story through the vocal variety also by acting here. So his objective was to give the speech through body language as well as vocal varieties. So if we see here that his speech, when he was using vocal varieties and giving example of this rubbing stone and the grapes, soft grapes, that was more impactful because he used over there body language as well as vocal variety. But I thought that I feel that the story he narrated in the end about his self-improvement was lacking little bit of vocal variety, and because of that we could remember less of his story. So that's
it was not a fiction, yes, sir.
Yes. Fiction, maybe he could have added more vocabulary also, maybe like he could have enacted that in the table topics, while he came first time, he could not speak well, but now here I am. Maybe he could have used vocabulary also, and it could have more impactful. And second recommendation I have that eye contact on the left side of this part was less. He was more focused on this side of audience also. Overall, I feel the speech was wonderful. He started by asking questions, and in the end also he ended his speech with this quote. That is also very important. That if we want to make an impact on the while giving speech, if we use quotes, that also helps us. So overall, good speech, Gaurav. We look for at CDC. We look forward to listen to more speeches from you. All the best.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harjinder. Now, for the second evaluation, Toastmaster Abhishek is evaluating speech given by Toastmaster Aran. So, help me welcome Toastmaster Abhishek. All the best, Toastmaster Abhishek, and over to you.
Public speaking is the art of giving power to words, to inspire, to influence, and transform the life of the people. Here, in the speaker speech, he inspires to say no to the people, to the work, whenever you need it. And again, encourage us to follow the ownership in your work and bring passion, like the bringing passion of ownership in your work. So that two learning lessons the speaker has given to his speech today. Second, the content. By speaking, if we look at the content, he narrated his own personal story on that entire speech. That helps us, the audience, to connect to his life. Because some points of the personal story will be 50% or 20% of the audience have such kind of a story in their life. So it helps the people to connect the speaker life with their own stories, with their own life. That's how a speaker helps the audience in connecting their life with the audience life. Third is a calmness in the voice. If you look at the speaker's speech, there is a calmness in the voice throughout the speech. Now coming to the recommendation part of the speakers. I have three recommendations from the speaker. One from the body language point of view. The speaker will come to the stage. He is in the last corner of the stage. And while delivering the speech, he was just moving his body somewhere left, somewhere right. So somewhere the entire content we were listening to you, but the major focus on to your body attention, the body movement here left and right. Third is the vocational. The speaker has pointed out that he got the offer from Luxembourg for America. Somewhere you have to encourage some beginning excitement in your voice, because such kind of offer is given limited to the limited people in the country. So you can say that 1% or 2% of the entire population gets such kind of offer. So you have bring or raise your voice at that moment. Second, by saying that quitting my job due to work pressure. So at that time you can have bring emotional in your voice, so that it's bring painness on your voice, so that the audience can relate and bring in and has feel that pain that you have suffered. And third, and the last thing is that the voice modulation. So when I listen to your voice, you have bring the pauses in the voice, but the voice modulation was missing out. So that are the three recommendations from my point of view that need to be worked on for these speakers, and that's the whole report.
Third evaluator is Toastmaster Dipanshu. Help me welcome Toastmaster Dipanshu to the stage. Over to you, Toastmaster Dipanshu.
It is said, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
what pauses does, ladies and gentlemen, that it gives the audience time to think, reflect on the value the speaker is providing. Also, it helps the audience. It gives an impression to the audience that the speaker is confident and is prepared to give her speech. Second thing that I really admired about Toastmasters Kritika was her hand gestures. She had a fabulous use of hand gestures. Throughout the speech, I was observing her that she was using her hand gestures to prove a point, and it was such synergizing with her speech that it felt like she has already prepared her hand movements as well. What hand gesture does is it adds variety to the speech, and it helps the audience to get the message across. Now we all come to Toastmasters to improve. So here are my 2 recommendations for Toastmaster Kritika. First thing that I recommend Toastmaster Kritika is to have a smooth flow of story. As the speech purpose was to give a speech with a defined purpose, I recommend to drive a story from your core message. For example, when you're giving a story, have some build-up for that story. Then represent the conflict part, the challenges you face, or the challenges the protagonist faced. Because it's the conflict part that audience connects with the speaker. Because it's the challenges, the emotion in that challenge that you and me will connect to the speaker. And in the end, speak your message. By doing so, you will keep the audience hooked, and it also helps the audience to understand the message better. Second recommendation I have for Toastmaster Kritika is to smile more. I could observe that when you have some humor planned or some audience interaction planned and it didn't work to your expectation, you felt tensed. But something that my mentor recommended me is to smile, or even go to that far that's laugh at your own joke. At least some of will catch up. By doing so, the speaker remains calm, and also it gives the audience that yes, the speaker is confident. Overall, to summarize, I love that you have not used any filler words and replaced them with the pauses. I love the hand gestures, and I'm pretty sure with the recommendation of having a smooth flow of story, having a build-up, conflict, and a message, and smiling more, Toastmaster Kritika is going to be one of the greatest speakers of MCTC.
Now it's time to listen our tech role players report. So the first tech role player is Toastmaster grammarian, and the role is being played by Toastmaster.
So again, very good morning all of you and dear guests. So I'm started to say that I eloquently, how eloquently all the speakers and the table topic master delivered their speeches and conversation, and there was less number of inappropriate words, or I would say in enhancement of the words. I could note out the less number of the inappropriate words, but there were so many good words I have noted down. I will start with the TM Ankit. So TM Ankit, I don't know the meaning of D-Day, but I like this word, D-Day. It's means the occasional,
it's a slang.
Final impact. Okay. So he has used the words fumble and turned out, and some pounding. One of the word is pounding, that I found it too good. And there was one word he has used, give her a great round of applause. So instead of give her a great round of applause for Toastmaster, that particular name, instead of, like I said, you use many times, but instead of this, having said that is the better word we can use. I'm not saying that that was incorrect, but you can use it. TM Anurag used pause, said. So that situation was in present. So instead of said, says. he has used why you think. Why do you think? That is the correct word. Very open. So I think instead of very open, it should be candid or great openness kind of word. So I think that can be used. Gaurav Sethi, TM Gaurav Sethi has used overwhelming, cumulative, down the line, and he has used a very good quote that journey of 1,000 miles begin with the step. I found it very well. TM Anand Rudrani, equality, buzzing you, approachable. These were the correct words. He has mentioned that I was mentor of some of new colleagues. Instead of I was mentor because it's been past, so he used to be a mentor of new colleagues. And he was talking about the past, so instead of I learned, he learned. TM Kritika, he has used remarkable, uphill, stepping, accumulative. These were the good words. TM Munawar, again, so he mentioned mastery lies in the connecting the dots. That's a good word. TM Manju, I noted down 2 things that you use something like my kids, they like street food. They like to eat street food. Instead of tasty, delicious. So you use tasty many times, but in another sentence you can use delicious. That will be great. TM Weber use same time many times, but instead of same time, simultaneously and some other words can be used. TM Gita has shared a good quote from the movie from Spider, right? Knowledge is power, never stop learning. I found it very well. Dipanshu, helping us to get message across. It was good uses. So this is the report. Along this, there is word of the day uses. So Gaurav Sethi, Anand, and Munawar. Apart from that, if I miss, please apologize for the same. So this is the grammarian report from my side. Thank you so much.
Second tag role player is our counter, being played by Toastmaster Rahul. I request Toastmaster Rahul to come forward and give his report.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Before I start, I would say if somebody has used any filler words or sounds more than 10 times, I'll say it has been used multiple times instead of highlighting it. So I'll start with Toastmaster of the day, TM Ankit. Has been used 5 times, so multiple times. And once now has been used a lot of times as a repetitive word. Toastmaster Anurag has used so multiple times, and once like once. Toastmaster Sonu has used so twice. Toastmaster Anup has used twice, so thrice. Toastmaster Diya has used so once, once. Toastmaster Harjinder has used so 5 times. Toastmaster Gaurav has used so once, once. Toastmaster Abhishek has used so thrice. Toastmaster Anand has used like twice and once. Toastmaster Kritika has not used any filler words or sounds. Toastmaster Dipanshu has used once. Toastmaster Munawar has used so multiple times, once. Toastmaster Vivek has used once. Toastmaster Manju has used so twice, like once. Toastmaster Ashish has used so once, and twice. Guest Prabhav has used soap 5 times. Guest Manisha has not used any filler words or sounds. Guest Geeta has used soap twice. And that is it from me. Thank you.
Now it's time to listen how much time each one of us has taken. So I would request Toastmaster Diya to come forward and give her report. Happy welcome, Toastmaster Diya.
I'll try to go slow. So the meeting started exactly on at 10:30. Starting with the essay, you played the role of essay. So TM Siddharth, allotted time was 2 minutes. You took 2 minutes 22 seconds. Allotted time for presiding officer, TM Ashish, allotted time was 8 minutes. You took 7 minutes 46 seconds. TM Ankit, allotted time for you was 20 minutes. You took 19 minutes 11 seconds. Joke Master, allotted time for you was 3 minutes. TM Anurag, you took 1 minute 49 seconds. For the prepared speeches, starting with TM Gaurav, allotted time for all the prepared speeches was 7 minutes 30 seconds. TM Gaurav took 6 minutes 10 seconds. TM Kritika took 5 minutes 43 seconds. And TM Anand took 4 minutes 45 seconds. That is, you're disqualified since allotted time was like 5 to 7 minutes. For the table topics, Toastmaster Vivekanand took 1 minute 30 seconds. Allotted time was 2 minutes 30 seconds. For all the For all the table topic speeches, allotted time is 2 minutes 30 seconds. Vivekanand took 1 minute 30 seconds. Manju took 1 minute 39 seconds. Prabhav took 1 minute 53 seconds. Manisha took 1 minute 27 seconds. Geeta took 1 minute. Coming to the evaluation part. Allotted time for all the evaluations was 3 minutes 30 seconds. Toastmaster Harjinder took 2 minutes 57 seconds. Toastmaster Abhishek took 2 minutes 54 seconds. Toastmaster Dipanshu took 3 minutes 10 seconds. Coming to the tag players, Gramilian took 4 minutes 40 seconds. Allotted time was 5 minutes. And our counter took 2 minutes 14 seconds. Allotted time was 3 minutes. Thank you.
Now it's time for me to give the general evaluators. So kudos to each and every one of you who is present in this room to make it possible. The meeting started at sharp at 10:30. Last time we started at 10:32 and today we started at 10:30. So kudos to each one of you. Moving to the role players, it started with SAA. And Toastmaster Siddharth came forward and I believe he has taken the role at the last moment. Kudos to you as well. Then presiding officer Toastmaster Ashish, lot of energy. Good morning. I didn't write this time how many times. Probably it was 1 time only. And good exercise to bring our presence of mind in place because we all come from a different state of mind and it's important for us to be present in the same room where role players are playing their role. Then only one recommendation for you that one thing I could notice that was the eye contact. Somewhere I felt that you were concentrating more towards that part of the room rather than concentrating on the entire room. Moving on, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Ankit. Good exercises done in the beginning and it made us it reminded us regarding our childhood, like that exercise I can't do now. And one recommendation for you, that is somewhere I felt that while handing over the stage, that handshake was not confident handshake, that was a cold handshake. Moving on, Joke Master, Toastmaster Anurag. A good job, you made the mood of the audiences light. Only one thing that somewhere I felt that energy level need to be boosted. same time. So kudos to you, and everybody enjoyed that. Only one recommendation, that it is a table topic session where guests should be encouraged more. It was 3-3. So better. This is the only session where guests do participate. So for you, that whoever is taking the role of table topic master, he should concentrate more on the guest part. Then table topic speakers, Toastmaster Vivek, very good confidence and just came on the stage, took the volunteer role, came first on the stage and delivered well. Toastmaster Manju, good take on the topic. Toastmaster Ashish, I enjoyed the story. I was just thinking that when the Kapil Sharma will come into the picture. Guest Prabhav, I felt that yes, you like the football most. It seemed as if like you were the prepared speaker. Guest Manisha, I missed my meeting in the Mumbai Toastmaster Club where I felt that everybody is, means everybody is comedian and has come with the preparation, full preparation. It is not the table topic. Guest Geeta, yeah, good confidence. You just came and I could understand that you just came here and tried to deliver. Yes, that is also just coming on the stage itself is an achievement. Then moving on towards the evaluation. So evaluator number
Anand, let me recall the speech.
Different style.
A different style.